What is up guys, my name is MipZ and welcome back for yet another League of Legends video. So today we're playing LUX mid lane and this is a pretty exciting champion. It's actually one of the champs that I think a lot of people like to play as support. It's definitely viable. But honestly, I think she is best in mid lane, and she's a really fun champion, and actually a champion that I would suggest for just about anyone. So if you're brand new, just starting out at the game, and you want to play the mid lane, then LUX is actually not a bad choice. LUX is a great place to start because this champion has a lot of potential. She's pretty easy to understand mechanically, and she still has quite a lot of potential to actually almost, or not almost, but actually carry team fights, and even to do some pretty amazing plays. And you can do a lot with her if you know how to mix her abilities together or how they work. So we're gonna get more into that. But yeah, if you're brand new player to League of Legends, this is a great champion. If you are a mediocre, so it's mediate as well, then this is just a great champion to get in your roster and yeah, try out, because she's nice to have. She's actually really good, especially in solo queue, because people have a tendency to greatly underestimate her, to be honest. So one thing you need to be aware of with LUX, and that's kind of the hard part of her, is that she is very immobile, which means that she's pretty much hard countered by things that are have a lot of mobility or a lot of catching power. A lot of people would say that if you're playing against a team that has a lot of roaming potential, meaning maybe they have like a blitzcrank bot lane, or they have something that can really fast and easily catch you, then she's probably not the greatest choice. But you just have to be a bit more careful. She has a lot of range, which does make it or enable you to do a lot of damage and get your farm pretty easily, no matter what. So yeah, she's always a pretty good choice, especially at lower elos. You're not gonna struggle too much with her, and there are some pretty amazing things you can do with her. A lot of people are not gonna look whenever you snare. They're not gonna look if you snare a minion, and they're actually not gonna notice. But we'll get more into that. I think for now we're gonna go through her abilities because they're pretty cool. First of all, we have her passive, and her passive is called Illumination. Yeah, this sounds fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds really cool. But yeah, what this thing does is that every time that LUX hits a target with a spell, they become illuminated, or whatever you say. I think that's what you call it. It's basically a debuff that next time if LUX hits them with a basic attack, within 6 seconds, then she does some extra damage to them, or ignites them, as it says, which is a pretty cool thing. It actually does a significant amount of damage, so don't underestimate this. This is actually really good. So as you guys see, let's see if we can get a shot onto this guy. Right there, you get the illumination, and you'll see just there we can get it off, and yeah, whoop, let's get a shield. Woo. Alright, so that's pretty cool. It's a really nice thing. Every time you hit a spell on an enemy, you illuminate them, and then when you auto attack them, you deal some extra damage. So really try, and every time you damage a target, then you with the spell, then you make sure that you auto attack them afterwards. And I'm sorry that right now, while I'm explaining these things, the gameplay is not going to be perfect. That's not the point. The point is just to do that. The point here is just to first, we're going to talk a little bit of the abilities, what we're doing now, and then we're going to go more into the nitty-gritty of actually playing the champion and doing well. While we're explaining the champion, the most important thing is just that we're doing somewhat decently. That's all that matters. So we need to be a little careful here, because I'm a little afraid of this Nico at this point, because I'm pretty low. And she does have some range as well. But let's go on to her next ability. And her next ability is called... I don't even remember what it's called. Prismatic... What? Prismatic, that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm really bad at pronouncing these spell names. But Prismatic Barrier. And what this thing does is that it gives a shield, and it gives a shield to you and any friendly target that you hit on the way. So ideally you want to hit as many targets as possible whenever you throw this thing. The thing is with this one, and that's something a lot of people don't know, is that when you throw this shield, then it gives a shield on the way out, and it also gives a shield on the way back. And these two shields actually stack. So if you fire this one off, it stacks. You can see it's going to give me more as it hits back here. So it stacks, which is awesome. It is a really, really, really nice feature that a lot of people are not aware of. So make sure that if you throw this on your teammates as well, that you try to hit your friendly targets both on the way out and on the way back. Because that way you're gonna get maximum shield, and of course you're always gonna get maximum shield yourself, because you can't avoid hitting yourself. So that's all this thing does. It cannot give you illumination because it does nothing to enemy targets whatsoever. So that's something you gotta be aware of. Whoops, get that one. That's something you really gotta be aware of, that it won't do anything to enemy targets or to friendly targets. But yeah, I forgot to explain RQ. I'm really sorry. RQ is, of course, one of the most known spells, or at least something everybody's probably stumbled upon with LUX, and that's her Q. And her Q is called Light Binding. The other one was her W. I don't know why I started off with that one, but her Q is called Light Binding. And all this thing does is that it snares two targets. So whenever you hit something, then it's gonna proceed to the next target if there's anyone close enough. Otherwise, it's just gonna stop at the one target. So ideally, you want to try and line up such that you hit more than one target. That's really the best thing. Whoop! Let's get some of these. And as you can see, LUX is pretty easy to farm with, even though I'm not too focused right now. Wow, I can't believe I missed that. But because every time you hit a spell onto a target, then you get this illumination on her, and that really just helps overall. Just gonna look there. That really helps out, which is very, very nice. So you can just get the illumination onto a target, and then you can auto attack it, and you kill it very, very easily. Alright, so our next spell is called Lucent Singularity. I think that's how you pronounce it, and I'm very sorry if that's wrong or mispronounced. But what this thing does is that it throws out this this light thing. I don't know what you call it. I guess it's like, yeah. Whoop, that's the fake one. There we go. Whoop. But what this thing basically does is that it throws out this this light thing. I think we'll throw it there just so you can see this one. And any target that's within this thing is slowed, which is very, very cool. And when it explodes, it also slows them and deals a good chunk of damage. With this spell, you can decide yourself whenever you want to explode it, but it will go off after a short while. I think it's 4 seconds or something, 4 or 6 seconds. Damn it, 5 seconds. It was close. It goes off after 5 seconds by itself. Then it explodes by itself. But otherwise, you can have it on the ground for just a moment for those 5 seconds, and it is going to slow targets. And as soon as it explodes or you explode it, then it is going to deal some damage. And this damage is really good. It provides the illumination debuff, which enables you to ignite them. So that's absolutely insane. This spell is something you really want to chain together. We're going to go over the combos in just a moment. But lastly, we have our ult. And our ult is the most known and most iconic spell of LUX, and probably one of the reasons, if not the reason, why a lot of people like to play this champion. So LUX's ult has an insane range. As you guys can see, I think we're just going to take off my quick cast here. And you guys will be able to, if we just stand still here, just check out this range. Like, I can even... It goes literally out here. That's how far the range is, and it's absolutely insane. It deals a heavy chunk of damage, and the very, very cool thing and very special thing that a lot of people don't know about her ult is that whenever it hits a target that already has illumination on top of it, it actually ignites them as you were, like, it basically interprets it as an auto attack. And what it does on top of this is that it also gives a new illumination debuff, meaning that we'll actually be able to oh, okay, I didn't mean to pop my shield there. But what this basically means is that you'll be able to get off. We can actually get a kill there. There we go. Thank you. But what this basically means is that wow, just a second, my head I just lost myself. What this basically means is that whenever you throw your ult and you hit a target that you have already put illumination onto, so maybe you put illumination onto them with your E or your Q, then it actually refreshes the illumination and detonates the one that's already there. And this is very, very cool because it really helps with the burst. And this is one of the reasons why LUX can literally just burst any target down super, super easily. Alright, let's go see if we can help this bot lane. So it's a very, very cool thing. But let's try and talk a little bit more about how you actually do want to play LUX. I know I've been standing pretty much still in lane. Oh. Can we get this? Kill it! Kill him with fire! No! Nice, okay, Talia got it. Sweet. But yeah, that's a very, very cool thing with her is that that it deals so much damage because you get this illumination basically off twice. Whoop, let's get that one. So we got 4 seconds. It's that one, bro. Isn't it? Yeah, it is. I knew it. I won't be able to catch him, though. Alright. Oh, it's too late. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Come in here. Okay, he doesn't want to go under turret. I get that. Okay, so how do you actually want to play this champion? So the thing with LUX is that she is very immobile. She's not really good at moving around, or, well, she's fine at moving around, but so the only healing you have for yourself and way to get away from your enemy is your Q. It's your only thing. So as soon as you've thrown down your Q, like imagine we're fighting this Lee, as soon as you throw down your Q, then you don't really have anything to get him off you. You're very easy to catch, and that's why she's not that good against very mobile teams. So you want to try and avoid picking him in or her into very, very mobile teams. But not saying that you can't do it, of course you can, but you just have to play a bit more careful. It is a lot easier if they're not. What you do want to do with LUX is they want to, in laning phase, you want to try and poke them as much as you can with your E, try and poke them down, and basically, personally, if you're a new player, or just kind of try and wait till you're level 6, just poke them as much as you can with E, and wait till you're sure that you're going to hit a Q, and then you want to do your combo. And let's talk a little bit about the combo, because this is a thing a lot of people do fail on LUX, and it's actually not that hard, but it does require a little bit of practice and a little bit of confidence, I guess. So what I mean with this is that the ideal combo on LUX is basically they want to throw your Q, follow it up with an E and an R, and you want to do this instantly, because if you do it instantly, then you will actually be able to then you will actually be able to burst people down and basically take them from 100% to 0, of course depending on whether or not they're squishy or not, but you get the idea. So that's actually what you do want to do on her, and the thing that people struggle with is that they're not sure they're going to hit their Q, so therefore they wait for their Q to hit, then they throw their E, and then they throw their R, and then their snare is actually already over, and people have the like your enemy is gonna have the option of actually dodging your attack. So right here you can see this is exactly what I mean. You're very, very immobile with LUX, as soon as you're caught, you're just gonna get bursted down, just like it happened here. I didn't have my flash, and for that reason, there is like, I should have noticed them coming up here sooner than I did. This is explaining thing, kind of makes it a little hard, and doesn't really matter, but you get the point. And I think it's a nice illustration of just how hard it can be with LUX. Whenever you're not that mobile, you can really get caught out if you don't keep a very close eye. Anyway, we're level 11, and a very important thing to do on LUX is buying Farsight Ward. The reason that I'm saying this, and this is my personal opinion, I think a lot of people that plays LUX will agree with me, is that this ward is absolutely insane on her. And the reason for this is that this ward has an extremely long range, meaning that you could put it down wherever. So if somebody is low and they're backing, you can throw this ward down to give yourself vision to throw off your ult and get a kill. And a lot of people will, whenever they see this, react, like whenever they see this ward, they'll react with actually auto-attacking it. And that's a good thing for you, because this means that you're sure that you're gonna hit your ult, because that's gonna take, like, the animation is gonna make sure that they are gonna move out slower. So that just ensures that you're gonna hit your ult. It's a very good thing, and a very nice way of basically just yeah, catching people out. So right now, what I actually want to do is I want to try and go here, see if I can help out my team just a little bit. And with LUX, you can actually roam a lot. Oh, I'm gonna flash here. All right. Just gonna make sure she's shielded just in case something happens here. See, that's what I mean. If you are not confident with your spells on LUX, you are actually you are actually gonna miss quite a lot. You're gonna miss your ult quite a lot, just because they're gonna be out of your snare whenever you throw this thing. And that's what happened to me right there. The reason why I didn't throw my ult was because I was actually very unsure whether or not I was even, like, if he was even still there. But yeah, I probably just should have thrown down my my ult, my final spark. It's actually a really cool name. Not gonna lie, it is actually a really cool name. Okay, so let's run back up in lane, and okay, maybe we should take care of this. And something now that we're moving into mid to late game, your role kind of changes. So what do you need to do as a LUX player as you move into the mid to late game? Well, the important thing with her is actually, for one, of course, if you can, if you can snipe somebody and just get a kill, then that's of course ideal. If you can get one of the squishies on the back line, then that's the ideal thing. Pretty often you won't be able to, and that's where your job comes in to basically try, well, maybe I should take that farm, okay, to basically try and keep people at bay and help out your ADC. So you're basically playing the backline, so you're staying pretty close to your ADC, and you want to use your snare such that they don't get to your ADC. Try and peel them as early as possible and deal as much damage as you possibly can. Secondly, something that a lot of LUX players fail to do is using their shield on as many of their teammates as possible. And what does this come down to? Well, this comes down to your positioning. So if your team is, let's say my whole team is here, between this area. So where do I need to be? Being here is a very poor position for me, because that means I can max ult, I can ult this way and hit probably 1 to 2 players. So where I want to be is I want to be down here, such that I can hit any player in this range. That's a very important thing with LUX and her shield, is that you need to position such that your shield does a lot of damage, or not a lot of damage, that it shields as many of your teammates as possible. And if you can hit them both on the way forward and backward, you are gonna shield them for a lot, which can really mean a lot for this team fight. And next up, of course, the same counts with your ult. You can kind of think of LUX with her ult and her shield kind of as two opposite spells. Her ult basically just like you want to position the same way as we just did there with our friendly team, or with in order to try and shield them. You want to do that to your enemy. So you want to try and see if you can hit as many people as possible during these engages. Of course, if you're able to, whoop, oh, that was a nice one. I did not expect that flash. Of course, if you are able to snipe one of the squishies, maybe they're ADC, and you won't be able to hit any other targets, then that's still great. Go for it, because it's a valuable target to get down. So that's something you really got to think about, is always, okay, is this the target I want to get down? And if it is, and you need to be confident with your spells, QER, you need to do it so fast after each other. And the way you want to throw your Q, and I think this is something we kind of missed to talk about, is that you always want to try and, you don't need to throw it where they are, you need to throw it where you think they're gonna be. So as you guys see, whenever we throw this spell, it has a bit of travel time. It's not that fast. So you gotta like kind of think, are they moving in one direction or the other? And then throw it where you expect them to be. That's a very, very important and crucial thing. And it's of course easy for me to say, it just comes down to practice. It really, really does. So here we can get the combo in. And boom. Very easy. If you're confident, get the QER, boom, they're down. So easy. And then make sure you follow up with that last auto attack, because it does ignite them, or ignites the illumination that you just put on from your ult. So yeah, it's just a very, very nice tool overall. We have 25 seconds, and that's the cool thing with LUX. The cooldown on her spells, so freaking short. It really, really is. Okay, so I'm pretty sure they have this place warded, so I'm gonna start moving upwards, and maybe we should try and play a bit for the objectives now, just kind of trying to give you guys a feel of the champion and of how you actually want to play this. But as you guys have seen, like the thing that can happen on LUX is that she doesn't have a lot of mobility. And she gets caught out really, really easily, and that's the flip side of her. But the upside is that she can literally, like, if you get hit by a LUX snare and you're a confident player playing it, or if it's a confident player playing it, then it most certainly means your death. Like, just, it's second time, she just comes in lane, we do a combo, we're confident, we got it, and we're just down her very, very easily. Alright, so I think I actually do have to help. Doesn't seem like the other people can take down that Fiora that easily. So that is what we're gonna go for. So I'm just gonna see if I can help out. I don't know why this laning phase is still going on down here. I will just back, I'll finish off my Marillions, and then we'll go for a death cap as our next item. Also, we need this. And I need to push, I think I'm gonna push this lane. Just so Fiora doesn't split push and get or inhib while everybody's down there, because it could look like that's what would happen if I just left this. There we go. And whoop. My team wants to surrender. I'm pretty sure we got this. I hope. I really hope so. But yeah, confidence in this champion means a lot. And once you get more experience with her spells, and maybe as you guys saw early in the game, when I saw that Nico already used her clone thing, then what I did afterwards, and I think she used her clone, I don't remember correctly, or I'm not sure if I remember correctly. She used one of her spells, I think it was her clone or her snare, and then what I did was, no wait, it was her flash, that's what it was. She used her flash, and that's kind of what I waited for. Oh, that's where I can get it. And she's gonna be dead. Nice. And you just see the ignite there. It's really, really nice. So we're slowly becoming really, really fit. Oh god. Help me. Alright, good job, team. Nice, nice, nice. But yeah, we're slowly getting really, really fed. I'm actually just gonna go up and help my team. Whoop. Which is very, very nice. But yeah, if your enemy flashes or uses their only mobility, then what you can do if you're sitting on your flash is you can flash basically on top of them and then pop your QER, and that's just gonna ensure that kill. And we're gonna be able to get a second snare in there. I'm gonna put my thing. Oh, okay. Okay. And that's gonna be another kill. Gonna have my cooldowns back in a jiff, and that's gonna be a double one into a slow. Ah, dang. Good job, Lee. Okay, so yeah, basically if you're very confident, you know they have used their whatever mobility they have, you can go for a flash snare. The easiest way to hit it is to flash right on top of them, but you can also just do it close in their proximity. If it's a melee champion, then of course don't flash right on top of them because you're going to be in their damage range. Otherwise you have to know that you are going to win that fight. Otherwise it's of course a very stupid choice to do so. But let's see what's going on. Okay, so our top lane is unfortunately down, which kind of sucks. Oh yeah, something we forgot to talk about is that your Lucent Singularity, your E. This spell, you can actually use it for quite a few things. And one of the things I used it for earlier in the fight, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I popped it down on the ground. And since it slows, like the zone effect, just the fact that it is there slows targets, I put that one down where I was expecting my enemy to try and flee. So basically, okay, let's make a scenario here. Imagine that your enemy is gonna have to run this way, right? Like right now that he's there. So he's gonna have to flee from you this way, and he's scared because you're fed and he's low, whatever. Then you throw your E up in front of him, and right now you can see the zone is filling up all of this area. And what does this mean? Well, this means that he has to walk through the entire zone while being slowed in order to get away from you. And that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that he's slowed for as long as possible. That's gonna give you the most uptime, so there's something you can do. Whoop, okay. I need to be careful because that Fiora is pretty fed. So that is something you do want to do in order to basically buy yourself more time. But also if somebody is following after you, let's say that Lee jumps onto me, I survive his initial burst, then I can actually pop my E behind me while I'm running, and it's gonna slow him just like through the whole zone. And just as he's at the tip of the zone, just as he's about to go out of it, I just click it again to make it explode. It deals the damage, and what it does when it deals the damage is that it actually also applies the slow effect for I think it's 0.25 seconds, which is pretty cool. Alright, so let's see, how much magic resist do they have? They have one guy with magic resist, which is their tank. So I don't think going Void Staff right now is going to be the right choice for me. I won't be able to catch these guys. Might be able to catch this one. Okay. Unfortunately, whoop. And that was a misplay. Whoop. Terrible one. The thing is, they're I'm gonna let my team get that kill because I think we need to buy them some confidence. So I think for now we gotta try and see if we can get some kills onto the rest of our team, because right now it seems like our team is pretty scared. And then yeah, whoop, God. Oh my god. All right, let's hope our team doesn't surrender. That would suck. All right. But yeah, this champion is just overall a really fun champion, and she's both kind of a utility champ, but also a champ that just deals an absolute insane amount of damage. Alright, we won't be able to catch her, I think. Oh, smart choice. Alright, won't be able to catch that either, but I will be able to go this way. Did she get slowed? Nope. Alright, get the shield onto as many targets as possible. I'm gonna put down my slow here, so she has to go through. I have another shield going in. My snare hit there. Nice. Oh, wait, that was the mirror. Wow, I actually got fooled by that one. I threw my... Make sure you just off cooldown. Get those shields off on your teammates. It really does make a difference. Right here, I need to be careful. And we might have to go maybe for like an hourglass might be useful. Just because the lead... I don't know. Maybe. Nah. I don't think it's going to be worth it, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be worth it. But yeah, Lux is just a really, really fun champ, and the combo on her is pretty easy. But yeah, just recapping real quick, what you want to do for the early game and the laning phase is you just wanna make sure you poke as much as you can with your E, try and get your farm, use all the illumination that you get off on targets. It really does help. Oh my god, we are missing everything on that guy. That Fiora is having a good time. I am missing way too many spells right now. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Alright, there we go. And I'm gonna be able to hit some damage out there. And right now, we are really, really struggling. Sadly. There are so many minions in here. It is gonna be pretty difficult to hold up against this. It really just comes down to that Fiora. That Fiora is really our primary issue. I need to... Ooh, that was a little scary. I will be able to survive this. Just put in a snare. Orc damage right now is super good, but we do need to think about getting that Void Staff. Because I see more targets starting to build some magic resist. So I think that's our next item, is going to be the Void Staff. Right here, if we can get down that Lee, then we could actually go for something like the Baron. That would be super nice. Sadly, I don't think that is possible. Let's go in and get blue buff. I'm expecting my team to hold this back just for a second. Whoop. And there we go. Nice. Oh, crap. Fiora's right there. And right here, just use that one. See that she has to run through the entire thing. Slow her at the end. I actually think I missed the final portion, but... Didn't get off my E, but this is all fine. Make sure we try and get the shield off. Rip. Okay, nice. All right, at least we got her down, but that was a big loss on our part. She almost took down 3 people or 2 people, but well, I was pretty low too. Let's get that one, and we need to try and see if we can clear this. There we go. Sadly, our turret goes down here. We're just gonna make sure, and right now I don't really care that I use my ult on minions. It doesn't really matter that much because the cooldown is so freaking short. But it is something you gotta be aware of whenever you use this, that you don't use it at a time where maybe you're gonna be in a fight in just a second. But if you're in laning phase and you have your ult ready and you're pretty low on HP and you really need it back, then use your ult on minions just to shove the lane back for yourself, optimize your gold, and just back. Because the cooldown on this ult is not that long. So it's just really, really a good spell to fire off whenever you need it. Sadly, our team surrendered. I do think there's a chance we could win. But yeah, of course, this was no way a perfect game for me. But I feel like it kind of showcases LUX as a champion. It showcases kind of her combos and explains her spells somewhat. And I'm sorry I screwed up the order in the beginning. I think I did, at least. I am a little tired. I've been to work for almost somewhere between 8 and 9 hours. I got a little nap and then I did this video. So yeah, I'm a little tired, and that's why I might have been a little bit on my ace, and things came in a little randomly, but I hope it all makes sense or made sense at the end, and I hope you guys somewhat enjoyed it. This is my approach to LUX. She's a very fun champion and a good champion for anyone at any level. That's the cool thing about her. She's just really nice. She's a really good champion. But personally, I really prefer her in the mid lane. It can sometimes be a little frustrating to have her as support if you're playing the ADC, just because the only tool she really has to really help out her ADC or empower her ADC is her shield, and her shield is pretty good, but there's a lot of other supports that have greater tools to empower. And what I mean with empower is not that Lux doesn't do anything in the bot lane, I'm just saying that personally I really enjoy playing with supports that make me stronger and allows me to carry, instead of playing with basically a mage that just deals a ton of damage. But of course mages can be really good, and they can also be really good as support, and they can also carry games, and you can do very well with Lux and probably carry a lot of fights, because you can deal an absolutely insane amount of damage. But in early game, make sure you try and roam a bit more than I did here. You can actually just run down, and you don't even have to go fully down to their lane in order to hit with your ult. So if you see your team fighting or your bot lane fighting and it's a pretty close fight, run down river and just throw your ult, see if you can hit that skill shot, and you might be able to either pick up an assist or a kill and help out your team from not even going fully down into the lane. And of course, if you can go full down and help them, of course do so, but that's a very good thing. So you have a strong potential to win your lane, you also have a strong roaming potential, but you do need to be aware that you don't have that many outs, you don't have a lot. Like whenever people catch you, they probably catch you badly, so you need to be on your toes vision wise and just like mind wise, where is everybody, who's gonna go for me, what do I need to do. And I hope all of this made somewhat sense, and I hope that this guide was able to help you to either think, okay, Lux is a champ for me, I really want to play this, and it gave me a good impression of how to, or if you're already playing Lux, that it helped you with some tips and tricks that made you a better Lux player. But that is gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then make sure to smash that like button, and if you are not already, then make sure to subscribe down below, because it really does help me out a lot. It really shows me that you guys enjoy what I do and enjoy the content and feel like you learn something, or maybe just have a little fun, or you have a lot of sympathy because you think it's shit. Doesn't matter, get it out of the way, hit that subscribe button, and that like as well, just so this video comes out to as many people as possible. But that is gonna be it for now. As always, stay awesome, have fun, and take it easy, guys.